you said in your notes here, Crow, that you had sex with someone in front of his family?
Yeah, I did.
And they were a cult.
Yes. Yes.
What?
Right. Yeah. So this was back after I moved back to...
Did the tarot cards tell you to do it?
You're fine.
No, Jesus
Curious.
did.
No, there was no Jesus where I was. So this was back when I recently moved back to South Dakota. I was meeting this guy, and the first date went perfect. The first date went fine. I was like, man, this seems like a really good guy. Then we went on a few more dates. After the fourth date, he said, my mom wants to meet you. I thought it was a little bit...
Oh.
I'm so glad I'm not dating donated $100. Beauty is subjective.
Oh, can you boost the
800
audio?
CE. Black lace standing a boa Gokstad with a horned helmet on the horizon might have made it into the carvings of the ruins. It's 2024. We understand heart disease now.
Lost, but okay.
Wanker.
I don't get it. Sorry,
You guys can respond, by the way, if you
Like
want.
3 different points. I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
really know what to
Hard to
say.
respond when you don't know what's happening.
Well,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
if
okay.
they're...
All right, thank you for the TTS.
Okay. So after those 4 or 5 dates, he wanted me to meet his mom. And I was like, okay. So it was this nice closed off area. It was on a farmland because South Dakota has a lot of farmland. And the mom and dad seemed really normal, really nice. And then I also met his grandparents the same day.
It's like a Hills Have Eyes situation.
It was honestly really, it was
What's the Rob Zombie one?
The Devil's Rejects.
No, one of his first horror. It was like House of 1,000
Corpses. Yeah, but the Devil's Rejects, I think, is the second one.
Okay.
So like their house was like, it was a nice house. I mean, it was a really nice house. And then they had some farmland too, but it was out in the middle of nowhere. It was probably like 2 hours from where I lived.
Oh gosh.
But when I got there, like I said, the mom was nice, the dad was nice, the grandparents were nice. They were pretty normal. But when I sat down to dinner, they said something to me. They said, now, I hope you really like this dinner because we really have something planned later, and I hope you're okay with it. And I'm like, and I was like,
You're spooking the gobbler over here.
no, I was a little bit scared. So I'm like, okay. He reassured, like I asked him, I was like, what does this mean? He's like, don't worry about it. It's just a thing that happens when my parents like somebody. And I was like, okay. So I decided to stay around during dinner and then maybe make a fake scene, be like, okay, I want to go home. I'm not feeling good. Do you know that one movie? I don't remember what the movie is called, but it's a movie where the 2 people get married and then they have
Oh, then
to
they kill everybody.
Yes, that's exactly
giving
that.
dinner.
That's
How did
I was
you?
just thinking that in my head. Talking about.
How did you instantly know what the movie was? She's like, do you know the movie where the 2 people get
Because I
married
was-
and you instantly were like, when they kill everybody?
Because I was just thinking, oh my god,
Isn't
this
it
sounds like
hide
that
and seek
movie
or
where they
something?
sit down
Yeah.
and like they get
Hide
married
and
and
Go ahead.
something
Go
like
ahead.
that.
Go
Hide
ahead.
and seek.
The what?
Hide and seek. That's the movie.
Oh, that's
I'm like
the-
Chucky's bride. Like
Go ahead.
So after dinner and everything, they wanted to play a couple games, and that's exactly where I thought the movie from.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it
my
started to
God.
really freak me out. So I pulled him aside and I said, hey, I'm not feeling comfortable. I want to go home. And then the mom heard me around the corner, and she's like, hey, come here. I want to talk to you about something. And I came over and she said, well, we're a pretty closed family, and if you want to keep being in the family, we have to watch. Now,
I can't believe you did it.
Wait.
That's some demonic stuff.
What the fuck?
Oh, no. Continue.
Oh no, it's like, and she's like, and that's what she said, and I was shocked for at least 5 minutes. I stood there. I was like, what is going on? This is not what I signed up for. Clearly, I only wanted dinner. And then I had a talk with him about it, and he said, yeah, I was kind of afraid to tell you about this, and I was like,
About the cult gangbang at his house?
yeah.
I can see how you wouldn't want to open with that.
Like, first date, by the way.
No, this was
the
like
fourth?
the fourth,
Right.
or fifth, one of the 2.
That's still
Reasonable.
strong, coming in strong.
I know. I know.
Okay, keep going.
Continue.
Yeah. So the games were over, and the mom called me over again, and she said, hey, you have to do this now or you can never see my son again. And I felt very under pressure. I was like, okay, this guy is really, really nice. Do I do it? Or do I go home and never see him again? Because it's this time I was going through the loss of my ex-fiance. So I was like, man, like, I'm never going to find love again. So at that moment, I thought this was the best case scenario. And then after the whole thing was done, instant regret, and I told him, your family's weird, I'm going home.
Was this in
Should've
like the
just done
living
that
room
before.
or the
That's
bedroom?
fucking
disgusting.
No, it was in their basement.
Wait, so you
What
went.
the fuck?
Wait a minute. Wait.
My
So
God.
you went through with it, and then you told him that your family's weird. I want to go home.
Oh no,
and-
I thought it was weird entirely, but to be honest, I was kind of scared they were gonna hurt me.
I was gonna say that when you said either do it or go home. I was gonna say out loud, they might have not let you go. Honestly, that's
How do you know they
you
were
don't
a
just
cult?
tell people that
So-
it's a ritual in
Other
their
people in the
family.
world
You
you
know.
could date.
So when I was being escorted in the basement, I was being escorted in the basement. It wasn't like a willful I was walking down. I was being escorted. And in this basement, it wasn't like satanic stuff. I didn't see any of that. I didn't see a statue of Buffett on the wall or nothing or anything like that. But the setup was weird. It was again, that other movie, Midsummer. You know that movie?
The fuck?
It was like that. I swear, it was like that.
Like a
I don't
torture
know- I don't
chamber?
know what the-
Not like that.
Like the
but-
movie Get
Wait,
Out.
okay, can you let's get a couple descriptives here. So, okay, you go down into the basement. You get escorted into the basement. I don't know if you were leading up to this, but like, were you leading up to it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll ask questions.
I
if
was
have-
being escorted into the bait, and this is the part where I said either I go home or I might die tonight. So I was being escorted into the basement. I saw the mom lock and chain the door. I'm like, oh boy.
What?
What the fuck?
I was terrified. And then the grandfather, because the grandparents were there too, and the parents.
What? The whole
Yeah.
family?
The whole family. Because
Oh
this
my
was an
God.
only child. He was the only child. The grandfather was at the top of the stairs just sitting there guarding. And the grandfather wasn't like
Is this real?
no, this was terrifying. This was the scariest thing I ever encountered.
Go ahead. Continue with your story.
But he was standing at the door, and that's at that moment I was like, okay, I have to do it to get out of here, because I feared that if I didn't, I would never be able to leave the house ever again.
Oh my god.
Wait. So okay,
so
hold
you
on.
had
I got some. I've got some questions here. Okay, so you get down. We don't need details of the actual act that occurred, but how many people were besides you and your boyfriend or whatever were in there with you?
So the grandfather, the grandmother, the mom, and the dad.
So 4 people.
4 people.
Okay. And were they speaking during the act?
No.
Just
But they
staring.
watched.
They watched. So like in Roman times, kind of like that would kind of happen way back when.
Well, I know like
No.
with kings, I thought there was this thing with like monarchs.
With kings and queens.
With
if
like
they were
monarchs, they would. I don't know. I watched the Tudors, so maybe like the first time having sex, they had to like kings. They had to like his.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
They had to witness
To make sure that the chase was intact, right?
Yeah.
To make sure that
Yeah,
the
that
hymen
she
was
was-
intact. Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Yep.
No, I don't know if it's even that. They just had to make sure
It was
That it was
consummated.
consummated.
that it was
had-
consummated. The marriage
Yeah,
was
they
consummated.
had to make sure the marriage was consummated.
For
That's
kings.
kind of similarly what it was.
But y'all wasn't
Okay.
getting married though. Y'all just.
I know. Trust me, I know. And like I
Wait,
said,
so then when does it ends and then you guys go and like watch like a blockbuster movie or something? Or
so after it ended, he unchained the door.
unchains the door.
Yeah,
holy
unchained the
fuck.
door.
It's crazy.
That's like I said. That's the part where I said it's either do or die at this point.
Bruh.
So I go upstairs and I let him know and I say, hey, I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna go home. I'll talk to you in the morning. As soon as I got home, I blocked him on everything. I even made new social media at that point because I didn't tell this person where I lived, and thank God I didn't tell them where I lived. And I got rid of everything. I'm 2 hours away from the person, so I don't care. if someone is with this person now, I hope they're safe. That's all I can say.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sorry
that's
that happened to
crazy.
you.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
so
you-
sorry.
It's it doesn't bug me much anymore because as scary as that was, I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Were you doing all the witchcraft and stuff then too?
No.
No. That came later.
Yeah.
Well, that's a first for the Whatever podcast.
I just don't want to.
family voyeuristic sexual encounter that is peculiar, and probably some crimes were committed.
It sounds like many.
Perhaps, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't know if it really would be because I still went through with it, and I never said out loud that I don't want to do this.
That's coercion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue
pretty
when
sure
it
you
comes
felt-
to.
Anyways, well, sorry to hear you. That sounds like pretty bad, very bad, extremely bad thing. So sorry to hear you went through that.
That's where my trust issues came.
Yeah.
Was he white? I think that's where it started. That's why she doesn't.
But I did was the urine.
That's why she doesn't.
Yes. Okay.
Is that why you don't do
Understandable.
white people
Yeah,
anymore?
All right. Okay.